It likes baby.
Hello? I think we Hello, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Nice to have you guys. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we'll start in a minute. So yeah, thank you everyone that's joined. You're welcome. Welcome. Please, as you come into the live, let us know where you're joining us from. 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 Welcome to another live stream by Onyekulu. And thank you for always joining. Thank you for always being a part on thank you for watching. So today our topic, as we had earlier advertised, was raising versus betting. Who has the right to be called a parent? Who has the right to be called a parent? So the theme is intentional parenting. Intentional parenting. Intentional parenting. So we are live on TikTok, we're live on Facebook, and we're live on YouTube. So every Sunday we would have this. So please always join, share this with someone that you know that would love this. So yes, I welcome you guys again. And I thank you all for joining across all the platforms. Thank you. So like I mentioned, we've talked about the team. We're going to move on. So I just want to let us know that not all births are parents. Not all those who birth are parents. Not all who raise are biological parents. Tonight we'll be asking who truly has the right to be called a parent. Who truly has the right to be called a parent. So a quick shout out. Before we dive in, please share this stream to anyone that you know that will appreciate it across YouTube. Share this stream to anyone that you know that appreciates it. Don't forget to follow me so you never miss any future streams, please, guys. So share this, share this, share this. And I also want to share that I also put together a free ebook. So I titled it Roadmap to Financial Freedom. So drop a DM so that I can give you access to that. All right. So we crack on. And welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yes. So tonight's topic, like I mentioned, is the betting versus parenting. I take it again. Raising versus betting. Raising versus betting. Raising versus betting. So acknowledge that you guys could be anywhere else. I'm sure you guys could be anywhere. You could be busy anywhere, doing anything, but you're here. That shows me that you care about parenting or you care about the next generation. So tonight's topic is the one that sticks home to me. Culture, even amongst it sticks home to a lot of homes, and it sticks to even our faith. So I'm sure that a lot of people benefit from this, or a lot of people might already know what it is, but this might serve as a refresher to you. So what does intentional parenting mean? That you might ask yourself, because parenting is not an accident, it is a choice and a responsibility, a calling. So that might be classed as intentional parenting. So please, like I say again, if you know anybody that would need something like this, a parent, a young person, a youth, a friend, please hit the share button and share this to them before we go straight into it. Please take a moment, share this to anyone that you know that this might be of relevance to, because that's the whole idea of what we're doing, is to share information amongst this community so that more people can learn from the things that we do. So I'll just define some key terms. The word birthing means bringing forth a child biologically. So raising means nurturing, guiding, and equipping a child into adulthood. That's what raising means. So the big contrast is that one is an event and the other is a process. So the birthing is an event and the raising is a process. So research has shown that children thrive not from DNA but from consistent love, guidance, and presence. So it's my prayer that we would learn a thing or two from the things that will be shared today. And I also look forward to having you guys join the conversation. So if you want to join the conversation, please let me know, send me a message, and I can add you on later on when it's that time. So the Bible makes us understand in Psalm 125 that children are called a heritage from the Lord. The children are a heritage from the Lord. That means that parenting is stewardship, not ownership. It's stewardship, not ownership. So I'm going to ask you guys this question. So who then has the right to be called a parent? The one who gives birth to give life, or the one who gives love? So it's a question, a rhetorical question that can get us all thinking. Who then has the right to be called a parent? The one who gives life, or the one who gives love? So it's a question for us all to think, and it should serve as a reminder and also serve as a refresher for each and every one of us. So I'm just going to draw these analogies, and hopefully it's going to help us today. So example one is a biological father who abandons his child, but an uncle raised that child like his own. That's an example one. Example two can be a stepmom who stepped in, nurtured, guided, and today that child calls her mother. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to what I'm saying. So this shows that us that biology alone doesn't make us a parent. Responsibility does. So this shows that biology alone doesn't make us parents. Responsibility does. So some of us listening were raised by aunties, uncles, grand foster parents, even other siblings. Who do you call parents today? The one who raised you, or the one that parented you? So I hope that what we're going to be discussing today is going to help us serve, I'll keep repeating, serve as a reminder or refresher, or keep us motivated in this parenting game, So there are three key pillars that I'd like to have to discuss as we lay a foundation to what we're discussing today. So I take it this way. One, presence. One, presence. One, presence. Not just physical presence, but emotional. So there are a lot of people, they are present, but the child does not feel their presence. I don't think a child is satisfied with just being present. That child wants the emotional aspect, or wants the cuddle, wants the playing around. Even if that child is no more a child, is a teenager, wants to be loved. I think I was watching a program on Netflix. I think it's called Outlast on Netflix. And I was watching with my children, and I might have made reference to this in my previous lives. And one of the ladies, also I think it's the first series, the first episode, one of the ladies, she said that I forgot how she put it, but something striking that I'd like to share. She said that I think they gave them a task as a group, and she was the lady, she represented her group in the forest, wherever they were, trying to survive to earn $1 million, I think $1 million, $5 million. And she did so well, and the group was so amazed. And the group acknowledged her, and they gave her the kudos that she needed. And the lady said, wow, that means a lot to me. She said, for someone like me that never gets such recognition or such acknowledgement. And it just sank into me like, wow. So I just turned quickly. It's not to say I don't appreciate my children, but I just turned quickly to my children again. I just said, oh, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, my son. I appreciate you, my daughter. Like that. So back to what I was saying is that children or our children or those that are around don't just want us to be physical, but they want us to be emotional. So presence doesn't just mean being there. You could be there, but there's no link, there's no touch, there's nothing, So children spell love. Their understanding of love is time. That's how they understand it. Giving them time. That's how they understand it. That's their definition of love. Their definition of love is not just splashing out gift, buying this, buying that. Their definition of love is time. I'll give you an example. I'm not a perfect father. I'm a work in progress. I'm not. My wife and I'm not coming here to sound like a guru. No, I'm here as the things that we're sharing. I'm also learning from them. As it serves as a challenge to me. But I think that this is a conversation that we should have. So, for instance, my son, you want you to let's go outside and play touch 1-2, one touch, one pass. I have a lot of things to do, but I also remember that I have a duty to give this child the time that he needs to become to appreciate to that sense, that what's it called, that love, that emotions, he needs it. So you pass it and you say, Daddy, wait. Then you can say, I want to do this, I want to do that. Watch what I want to do with the ball. So the same thing. Children they don't just need you to be present. They don't just need you to be just be there. But you're there. There's no touch. There's no feeling. Or you're there either on the phone or on a phone conversation for hours. Or there's one thing I always say, and I learned this from Joel Austin, and I want to say it to you guys. I don't know if you guys do it already. I always say to my wife. I say to my wife, and I do the same as well. I learned it from Joel Austin. When you're on the phone, you're coming home, and I learned from Joel Austin to finish that phone call outside the house before you get into the house. Don't take that phone call into the house, because I'm sure you guys will relate. Once you open the door and your children are awake, what's the first thing that happens? Oh, mommy, oh, daddy, they start running towards you. Imagine that they run towards you and you have on the phone. Okay, oh, how are you doing? Oh, okay. Yeah, they are giving them you're not giving them the time they need. Wrap up that phone call wherever you are, your car or the train or whatever. Then come in with a mind to give your family the attention that they need. I hope that this is helping each and every one of us. So without presence, children look for validation elsewhere. I don't pray that will be the case of anyone. That our children will get to the point where they begin to look for someone else to give them the attention, look for someone else to give them the love. No, we should give it to them. We should be there. And I want to say something. I don't want to look like as if I'm calling out the fathers and I'm not calling out the mothers. No. But I always say this. I learned it from Miles Monroe. The word father means in Hebrew legacy. The word father means in Hebrew legacy. So what that means is that it's continuity, of your who you are. Bible, Jesus Christ calls. He said that another word for discipleship is reproducing your kind. So by being available, by being present, you are reproducing your kind in your children. You are creating strong personalities. You are creating future game changers. You are creating people that add value to our society. You are creating people that would help us. So your presence, is important. If you don't give your children that presence, they will start looking for validation elsewhere. I don't pray that will be the case of anyone. So another thing that we're going to discuss today, the first pillar was presence. The second pillar is provision. Provision. This goes beyond money. It's also emotional safety, it's guidance and boundaries. Children need to know what the boundaries are. They need to know you can't do this, you can't go there. It might look like no, yes, yeah, don't, no. They need those guidance. It's just like a shepherd that has a herd of either lamb or cow or whatever herd he has. If that shepherd has a long stick to be saying, no, this way, that way, go this way, turn left, go right, that way, that none of that, any animal in that flock will get hurt or get injured. Because you are available as a parent, you'll be providing the guidance that is needed, you'll be providing the boundaries that are needed. For instance, I don't want to sound as if I'm using my family but I can only say what I do. When my children are like, if I'm around, by the way, guys, I'm streaming live from Enugu in Nigeria, so it's a lovely place, lovely weather, and anyway, maybe if you watch my status, you get to see what's going on. So yes, I intentionally, because I'm very mindful of online safety, when my daughter is using the laptop to do her assignments or what have you, I make sure she sits down beside me. And or even if she doesn't sit down beside me, but her computer is facing the normal way that we walk in our house, like we walk to the kitchen and the way we walk back. What is that whole idea? Is that I do that so that I can be mindful of the boundaries that she cannot cross, or be mindful of, oh no, you shouldn't be there, or you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't do X, Y, Z. Another thing I do is that when they are downstairs, I'm downstairs. When they're upstairs, I'm upstairs. So that way, I think there was a time they were watching a program my daughter was in a program on Netflix, and because I'm that cautious of it, what happened? So the song, it was a cartoon, but they sang. They were singing "My Daddy and Me." I said, "Hang on, my daddy and me." I said, Indian girl in Igbo, what are you watching? You understand? She said to me, look at them on the program. I can't remember. If I find it, I'll put it on my status or something. Then I said to her, oh, no, hold on, let me watch that. This we're talking about setting boundaries and guidance. So I was able to say, what program is that? I was like, wow. So I now looked at it and saw that there were two fathers. The girl had two fathers. But because I was available, that was when I was able to watch and see that stuff. If I was not available, what would have happened? So those things are the ways that these things creep in. If my children are watching a program, I'm like, oh no, you can't watch that. You shouldn't watch this and what have you. So provision doesn't necessarily mean money. Amazingly, it's important that provision is made. No one is disputing and challenging that fact. But in addition to money, guidance, provision for guidance, provision for safety, letting them know that this will hurt you, this can do this, or this can happen, things like that. It's very important that we have all these things in mind. That you as a parent, you know, so that you don't just be someone that gave birth to a child, but someone that is parenting right, is that you are one, available with your presence. Secondly, you are providing not just money, but your emotional safety. You are providing guidance and you're providing boundaries. Please, very, very important. So a quote once said, my famous, a child's greatest inheritance is not wealth, but wisdom and love. Wisdom and love. So the next key thing that I would like us to have a conversation about is purpose. 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 Parenting is preparing a child for their own destiny. Parenting is preparing a child for their own destiny. Thank you, Click Global, and everyone that has joined, Ene Dozier, Henry, Daniel Onya, and those that have joined on YouTube as well. Iqbal, Bots, thank you everyone that's joined on. Let's keep likes coming. If you like what we're doing, please go ahead and appreciate it. So, like I said, parenting is preparing a child for their own destiny. Intentional parenting. If someone is intentional about their parenting, they'll ask a question: Am I raising this child for who they are meant to be, or just for my comfort? That's a question to ask. Are you raising this child for who they are meant to be, or just for your comfort? So I want to say this again. What is that child? What can you see in that child? Like, I know there's a guy that I know. He says to me, "Oh, your children are doing a lot. They're doing karate. They're doing swimming. They're doing football. They're doing lawn tennis. They're doing orchestra. They're doing." I said to them, "We said, why don't you just streamline it and do one?" I said to them that just let them be. They will on their own make a decision for whichever one. Sorry, guys. Oh, sorry about that. They will on their own make a decision for whichever one that suits them. They'll make that decision. They'll make that choice. So as they are exposed to different options, or they're exposed to different stuff, they make a decision. So I ask that question again. Knowing fully well that you are an intentional parent trying to raise your child, are you raising that child for what they are meant to be, or just for your own comfort? So as a parent, remember there are three things that we'll discuss here. Is one, your presence. That's one. Second thing is provision. Remember that we discussed that provision is not just money, but guidance, boundaries, and emotional safety. And the third thing here is purpose. Every child has a purpose. Some people are able to spot the uniqueness of their child and they start challenging their child towards them. I know there's a guy I know. I think when he joined my son's football, I think he was like 4 years old. You see how good this boy is on the ball. The parents knew from the time they started taking that child through that process, and they could see it, and the child is amazing, you know. So your child could be good in playing instruments, your child could be good in doing a thing or two, but the main thing is that try to be available for your children. Try to be to provide for them with the guidance and all the things they need, and you can be able to spot their uniqueness and the things that God has created in them. That way, you can help them towards their own path, towards their own destiny, what God has taught them for. So I also want to let's move on with this next point: the cost of neglect versus the power of intentional parenting. The cost of neglect and the power of intentional parenting. So neglect leads to circle of brokenness. Neglect leads to circle of brokenness. Absent fathers, emotionally wounded adults, what do you call it? Generational trauma. So when they are absent fathers, or absent in this, when they are absent fathers or emotionally wounded adults, it leads to generational trauma. So it's important that we don't neglect our children. It's important that we are available for them. It's important that we are intentional about the way we raise our children. It's important that we're mindful of it. Very, very important. So that way we don't create a circle of trauma. There are some people that have not recovered from the trauma that their parents their parents subjected them to. It even leads on to their own marriage. It leads on to their own what's it called? 1 minute, guys. I just want to set this. I don't know what's yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. So neglect leads to a circle of brokenness. Neglect. When you're not available, you're providing for your family. Yes, you're bringing money and all that stuff. But you're not available there. You're not there to be that parent. You're either at work all the time, or you're running your business. You become an absentee father. You become an absentee mother. It can spiral into generational trauma, and I don't pray that for anyone. So let's be mindful of the consequences that can happen. But when we're intentional in what we do, we break those circles. It doesn't happen. When we're intentional about what we do, we break the circle. Children that are raised with intentionality are very resilient, very, very resilient, very, very resilient, and they're very emotionally stable, and they are financially wise. So let's be mindful of these things. And even the Bible makes us understand in Proverbs 22 verse 6, it says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he grows, he will not depart from it. So my encouragement to each and every one of us is that the dangers of neglect, the dangers that come because we did not abandon our children, we will not do the right thing that we want to do, we're not available for them. Remember what we discussed, we're not present there, we did not provide the guidance or emotional support, and we did not help them towards achieving their goals. It can cause neglect, and it can have generational impact, and that will not be the case of anyone. So my encouragement to be to everyone is that we be intentional in what we're doing, so that we are not just parents by figurehead parents just for the sake of answering parents, but are parents that are available, parents that our children can be proud of, parents that our children will when they grow up, they want to emulate your parenting style and transfer the same thing. So remember what we discussed, it's not good enough just to give back to children. Intentionality says that even before the children are born, it's advisable that you start investing into books that will improve your knowledge about parenting. Very, very important. Very, very important. It's advisable. That you start adding more value to yourself. You start reading more books. My wife and I were not perfect, but we started reading about books about parenting even before my wife became pregnant. We started having an understanding of, okay, this is how we should go about this is how we should do this is how we do it. And it doesn't stop there, guys. There are books for children, parenting for children. There are books for parenting for teenagers. There are books for parenting for adults, for young adults. So it's a continuous circle. It's not a circle that ends. And please, I always say this to people: don't just say. There's one thing my dad told me, and I don't forget. He said, "Onyekwa, he said, anything that I do that worked, that you like, copy it. But anyone that I do that you don't like, don't copy it. Do something better." I don't forget that. So that having said that, it's important that we're intentional by consistently adding value to ourselves, so that we can continually provide the care, the presence that our children need, the provision that our children need, and helping them achieve their purpose. So I hope that we have learned something from it. So parenthood is not just who started the journey, but who stayed and guided the child along the way, guys. So make someone a parent. Sorry, guys. Sorry, 1 minute. In a moment, I'll bring you guys on. In a moment, I'll bring you on. But I just want to encourage you and one of us. I hope that a thing or two has been shared and you guys have learned a thing or two. But before we continue, remember I said that I put together a free ebook called Roadmap to Financial Freedom. So send me a DM if you're interested in that. It's not just about money. It's about building homes that are stable and intentional. So it's very important. Send me a DM and we'll send it across to you. And if you want to join our community, where we share weekly stuff and things that add value to people, please feel free to send us a DM. So guys, remember we discussed betting is a moment and raising is a lifetime matter. So I hope that you guys have learned something. I just thought I'd just share an introductory aspect to it. And while I wait for people to show interest in coming live, I'm going to be adding those that have shown interest. I want to hear your voice. So basically, I need you guys to, one way or the other, this topic relates to you. Either it relates to you as a parent, it relates to you as a child, or it relates to you as someone that works with children. You should have something to contribute. So guys, let's make this thing engaging. Come on and share a thing or two, your words, so others can learn from you. All right. So I'm going to call in those that have shown interest and wanted to talk whilst we wait for others to come on. So if you have shown interest in that you want to join, let me know. And I want to hear your voice. Please. Guys, I think I must have added some of you. Let me see if I'm not added. Who have not added? Please, let's come on and share a thing or two, guys. What are your thoughts about what has been shared so far? Intentional parenting versus just giving back to them. So betting, the topic is betting versus raising versus betting. So guys, I've added some of you. Please come on the live and let's have this conversation. I don't know what's happening with the internet. Raising versus betting. What else happened? Okay. Send me a message, guys, if you want to contribute. Raising versus betting. Anyone? That's what I'll be having a conversation today. Yeah. So basically, like I said, guys, everyone has something to offer. You can talk as a parent, you can talk as a child, you can talk as a future parent, whatever it is, everyone has something to say. So feel free, come on the live and let us know what your thoughts are in regards to all that has been shared today. Okay? Raising versus betting. Go ahead. Mr. Caleb, how are you doing? Hello?
Fine. Good evening, sir.
How are you doing?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm fine.
Thank you very much. I don't know, you've been watching, right?
Yes, sir. In fact, I've been watching, me and my wife.
Oh, that's good.
This topic is very educated and very interesting, of which what you're saying is that we are really learning. Training a child is the most difficult thing in life, of which you will continue until, even when they've grown up, until death. So based on the topic, you say betting and
raising versus betting, yes.
Am I right?
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Caleb. Hello? Sorry, we can't hear you again if you can hear us. Hello?
Oh, sorry, there's a call, an interruption.
Yeah.
Yes, Raising a child.
Hello?
Is the most difficult thing. In which way? It depends on your status.
Okay.
One, you may really have that passion of being with your child and being very close to your children, so that you will impact knowledge and other things that which you want your children to be in a better both attitudinal attitude and other things. But it depends on your nature of job. I see it sometimes like that.
Okay.
You at times part of the parenting is for you to provide for your children. Your plan in life, I plan to achieve in so time before I give birth. You may that is your wish, but at times you may not be able to meet up or your plan meeting when you marry. So you discover that your nature of job may take you out of your children, that you are unable to give them what you need to give them. Then you discover that the parenting upbringing will now be the responsibility of the mother. Then when you come, you may not have much to give to the children because of your nature of job. And that's how I see it. But if you have enough time, like my nature of job now, and I go to work, I come back in the evening. So there are things I may discover about my children that my wife is teaching them that I need to also partake, because the two bodies, sincerely speaking, have their own responsibility. They have the fatherly responsibility and also the mother's responsibility that she needs to also impact on the children.
Okay.
So in my own aspect is that it depends on your nature of job.
Okay.
Depends on your nature of job.
Yeah, I hear what you said, Mr. Kenneth.
It's more advisable sometimes, even yes.
Go ahead. I hear what you said.
It's more advisable, even. Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So that's what I'm saying. So, but on the other side where you're talking, I just feel that sometimes if your job give you enough time to stay with your children, you can impact a lot on them.
Yeah.
But if you don't have enough time because of your nature of job, then automatically you may have less impact on them than somebody that has enough time to stay with his children. I don't know if I'm making sense.
No. What you're saying is on point, and and I appreciate I appreciate everything that you've shared so far today, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to what you're saying. You get it? So what you're saying is what a lot of people are going through, what a lot of people are facing, and it's not unique to you or to it. Your points are not just you made valid points, but I always say to people that success doesn't come by accident; it's intentional. Nobody becomes no one arrive at their destination, or no one wins an Olympic gold medal just by casually showing up. You don't come as a spectator for the Olympics, and all of a sudden you just go to the back and say, "Please, can you register me?" Then all of a sudden they just go and you just win the race. It doesn't happen that way. So my point is that parenting is intentional. First is that you know who you get married to. These are decisions. Knowing who you get married to is very important. I'll give an example. I think my wife called me on the phone and said something about one of our child and all that, and a situation that happened. And the natural thing that will come to a human being is like, oh, I wish I was dead. I would have nipped it on the bud and done this. That's kind of thought that came to my mind. But the main thing another thing that came to my mind was that my wife is capable. That's what came to my mind. That my wife is capable. That even though I'm not around for that little time, that I just said to myself, but I was just reminded that my wife is capable of handling the matter, nipping it. Is knowing who you get married to, knowing the kind of spouse you have, knowing that both of you agree on the parenting style. Because one of the things we have seen in the past is that the father is going this way, the mother is going this way. The children will know that both of you are not in alignment on the parenting style or on your boundaries or on the guidance that you give them, or this they know, and they will take advantage and they will exploit it. This is what my daughter does, my last daughter does, is that when she does something that is not right, and my wife tells her off, you know what she'll do? She'll just walk, cry, and come to me. I might be upstairs. The thing happened downstairs. She'll cry from downstairs and come to me to come and see whether I will buy her, I will take over her, I will just be sentimental about her situation without even investigating what happened. So when she just comes to me, I'll say to her, "What happened?" She'll say, she won't want to answer. What happened? Don't want to answer. I know that every time I go to my wife, something really happened. So both parents have to be in tandem. So like you said, work sometimes takes people away from home. They are not able to give their children the attention they need. But that's the reason why, let's say for instance, let's say abroad or some of you, I don't know, like my mom, everything she did was from home. From home. What it might be called a stay-at-home mom. Those things, and I'm not surprised at how we turned out because my mom was available, while my dad was what, jumping around from one country to another country, from one state to another state, jumping on the plane, going on the train. So both parents cannot be out and about and expect that magic is going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So intentionality means that if one spouse has to go and work somewhere, the other parent has to find a way to be available or work their schedule in a way that they're available to monitor. But if this parent goes this way and the other parent goes that way, and you leave your children for people to care for, I know that's difficult, but don't expect a wrong outcome when it happens. Are we communicating? Don't expect a wrong outcome when it happens. That's not anyone's prayer, and that's not anyone's desire. So I'm just going to take some comments that I've seen in this comment section and some feedback. And maybe I think I want to call up. There's someone called Jean-Claude Trim. I like some of the things you put. You say parenting principles are the same or whatever job you do. Jean-Claude, can you hear me? If you can come on, I'd like to hear some of these things you say. Can you turn on your mic and come on? Thank you, Mr. Caleb. You can stay on in case there's anything else you want to say, or you might want to respond to somebody else's point. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah. Jean-Claude? I don't know if I pronounced your name right. Sorry about that if I didn't.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Me?
I can hear you now. I cannot see you. I can only hear you. Thank you for joining our live. I like the comments.
You can hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
And I want you to see me. Hang on a sec.
Okay.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. I'd like to talk to you.
We can't go video.
Sorry, I can't go on visual.
Yeah? It's okay. I can hear you. Just go ahead.
I think your program is. Can you hear me?
Live. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. I can hear you. Go ahead.
You can.
Yes.
Yeah. I think this concept is pertinent. Is very interesting. Parenting these days has changed from the time I was a child. I'm 71.
Oh wow!
And to today, because traditionally we lived in little villages. Mm-hmm. We had the support system like grandparents and extended family around us. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But today we go all over the world. We live in big cities. We live in the West. We live everywhere. So that tends to make fathers be absent. Sometimes you go on contracts and you work overseas, yeah, or your wife go overseas and take the children with her, yeah. But bottom line is your presence. With technology today, we can provide that presence. We can provide the guidance, but it depends a lot on being role models, so that you can provide the guidance that you're talking about. You can provide the material stuff. You can provide the emotional stuff.
Good,
yeah.
Good. Yeah.
I tell you what, I can carry on and on and on, but you're on the right path. It's very good. It's beneficial for a lot of people.
Oh, thank you for that.
For I can learn. I'm learning as well.
Thank you for that.
It's beneficial for everybody. Carry on that path. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Where are you calling? Where are you talking from?
Right now I'm in Nigeria at the moment, but
all right.
I might be
in London.
Oh, you're in London. Oh, I was in London 2 days ago, or yesterday. Yesterday, I was in London yesterday. I came here yesterday, so I'll be back in London very soon. But it's nice to have you on the line.
Sorry?
It's nice to have you on the live. We have this every Sundays by 7 o'clock.
Yeah. I do appreciate what you're doing. Yeah. Next Sunday I'll join you again, yeah?
Thank you.
What will be the subject matter Sunday?
Next Sunday we're talking about integrity. The open source. Integrity. Okay. Yes. That's what we're talking about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting concept. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you for joining.
Okay, cheers.
Much appreciated. Yeah, thank you.
I'll salute you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Thank you, sir, for that contribution. I saw you said here that you have grandchildren, which is amazing. My children are adults, married. That's John Claude said, my children are adults, married, got grandchildren. I think it's beneficial. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, and much appreciated. I'm going to bring on. Edozie, can you hear me? Hello? Let me try it. Hope network is not messing us about. Yeah, thank you guys for your contributions. Let me see if I can find. Edozie, can you hear me? Edozie? Edozie, can you hear me?
We're trying to see how to move things up.
Hello, Edozie? Hello? Hello, Edozie? Okay. Hello? Okay. So I think he doesn't know that he has joined the live. So guys, I'm sure you guys have learned a lot. I've learned a lot, and I like the comments that Mr. Caleb has shared, and I like the comment that Mr. Jean Claude has also shared as well. And you guys have shared. As many of you that want to still join, please feel free. Let me know while we kind of wrap up our show. We're almost at the final end of it. I want to say something. I like what Mr. Claude has shared, and it's really amazing. I always say this, with all due respect to everybody's situation. I know that everyone is going through different situations. Their jobs can make you, your situations are not unique. They are all unique. It's different for everybody. But I always say this, for me, my children are priority for me. In everything I do, in every way I behave, my children are priority. I always say this to people. The reason why this parent to be out this way for work, another parent to be out that way for work, and everything is because there is no intentionality to say, okay, what do we start doing so we stop exchanging our time for money? What do we start doing so that we stop exchanging our time for money? As long as you keep exchanging your time for money, there will always be a need to go and serve the master so that you can keep getting the money. And you will not create the time for the children. So it's not advisable that both parents should continue to work on the part of I give you my time, give me money. I give you my time, give me money. It should get to a point where, yes, you are doing that, you are working on a job, good and fine, but start working towards or do your research or making your investment towards businesses or things that will give you time to be available for your children. I've seen people that are taking up remote jobs, even if those jobs are paid a little less, so they can work from home, so they are available for the children. Although there's a school of thought that when you work from home, you might work more hours, but it's just all about intentionality. Because guys, if you understand what I mean, and you are living in East London or you're living in West London, you need to work on the other part of it. And I'm sure if you maybe in Lagos or different part of the world, in New York or something, sometimes the hours that you spend in driving from your house or on the train or on the tube or on the bus, driving from your house to another part to go to work, you have lost a lot of time. You have lost that maybe like an hour. Then you now go to work for, let's say, X. Oh, guys, I don't know what's happening. Okay, sorry guys. I think the where I am in the hotel, the electricity went out. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know if you can see here. Let me see if I can turn something on. Hopefully they can turn the electricity on. 1 minute, guys. Sorry guys. I'm in a country where the power goes out, so I wasn't expecting this. But hopefully they turn the generator on. Let me see if what I can do so that there'll be light on the screen. 1 minute, guys. I don't think this has happened to me on my stream before, and I don't have a spare torch or something. I wasn't expecting this. What do I do now? Maybe they're gonna turn on the gen or something. What a good time to switch off the gen. Let me see if I can turn this on. Okay. 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 Sorry guys, I just have to use a torchlight. I don't know what happened in the hotel. The lights are off, but I don't have time to go and ask them what has happened or what has not happened. So let's gonna crack on. I hope you've learned so far. Yeah, basically, I remember when my daughter, I used to work on a job. Yes, sorry guys, the electricity had a problem, so I think they'll bring it back up. I used to work on a job, and my daughter when I drop her off with the childminder, she'll be sleeping. When I come back to pick her up from the childminder, she'll still be sleeping. And that will happen for like 5 days in a week, and it happen for like 4 times, like in a month. That's how it will be. The only time I might get to talk to her is in the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. I don't have that time because she was sleeping when I took her to the childminder, and when I coming to pick her, she was sleeping. So I bring her home, she was sleeping, and I will sleep up. You get it? And this kept happening, and it kept going, and I kept going. I keep saying to myself, God, is this kind of life I want to live? Is this how I want to give my children? This is what I want to give to my children. It got me thinking, and I said to myself, sorry guys, the lights is back on. Sorry for the break in transmission. Let me see if I can turn this touch on. Sorry please, this is not the norm. Next time we'll cater to this problem so it doesn't happen again. Okay, yeah. So that made me start thinking, how do I what intentional steps I need to take so that I can give my children, I can be available for them, so that my work does not eat up into me being an available parent, to be there to be a part of their life. So I always say this, your children are priority. Your children are priority because that is your legacy, that's your continuity, that's who you are, So today we hear about Henry Ford, we hear about different people. When you give back to children, it gives a sense of, when you give back to them, it's amazing. But there's work to parent them. That's where the work is. To parent them, to get the best out of them. Right, guys? So I don't know if there's anyone else that wants to make a contribution or two. Let me know. Let me see if there's anyone else. As we wrap up today's session, let me know what your thoughts are as we wrap up. Anyone else that wants to make a contribution, let me know quickly as we wrap up. Okay. I also wanted to add some things. Active listening. A friend of mine or someone active listening, intentionally just giving children attention, hear what they have to say, and not shutting them up all the time, hearing what they have to say. Like I've discussed again, quality time, quality time. It's not easy, guys, but is something that is worth doing. Quality time, being available for them. I'm not here now. I'm not with my children now. I traveled away, and my son, as he knew I was going to travel that whole day, he was moody. And I think I happened to go pick them up from school that day before I went to the airport. And my wife said to me, she was the one that went to pick them up. So they didn't know. They didn't know I was in the car, and they said to her that, they're not really happy. This one that their dad has traveled. So my wife said, "Oh no, your dad is in the car." Oh, they were so excited. They just ran into the car. What am I saying is that may you not be one of those that when you travel, your children are excited. In other words, it goes to show that there's nothing about you that they enjoy. You should. I'm not priding myself, I'm trying to big up myself, but the kind of love and the relationship I have with my children is that, especially is that if you go upstairs, they go upstairs. If you come downstairs, they come downstairs. They can't even give you breathing space. You have to even tell them intentionally, "Oh yeah, all of you stay downstairs and don't come upstairs. Allow me and my wife have our own time." That's when they will keep quiet and they'll stay downstairs. If you give your children that presence, and if you are emotionally there for them and you provide for them, they will give you. Children are amazing. They are a joy. They're a joy. Hello, Jackie Jet. How are we doing? Why are you laughing?
I'm fine. Good evening. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead. Let us know what your thoughts are.
Good evening, sir.
God bless you then.
This topic about the betting and the parenting,
Yeah.
it's really a nice one to start with.
Thank you
And
very much.
I think it's something most of us look forward to, because it's not all about giving birth.
Yeah.
It's about taking up the responsibilities that comes from it.
Good.
Having the time to teach them what they are supposed to know and what they will hold on to. Because at the end of the day, it goes a long way for them.
Yeah.
There are scenarios whereby you will see certain adults act in a certain way, and you will ask yourself, who are their parents?
Yep.
Who are their parents? And when such question is being asked, we all know how it ends.
Yeah.
To some extent, they can even go as far as saying, they are not well trained. Their parents didn't do a good job.
Yes.
So you now come back to ask yourself, wow, so does it mean that all the jubilation I did when I gave birth to this child, they are all rubbish? It's not a matter of how far or how well.
Sure.
Even with our busy schedules, our jobs and all that, I know with our jobs, most of us, we don't have time for ourselves. But that doesn't mean you will not create time for the family. The family should be your number one priority, despite your busy schedules.
Yeah.
The family should be your number one priority. Because at the end of the day, you will be impressed with what you've imparted in the life of the kids.
Agreed. Good point.
It's not all about sending them to school. As a parent, what have you imparted? What have you done for them? There are certain morals they are meant to learn from the parents. About 1,001 of it. Going to school is just to get
Academic
knowledge,
yes.
speak big English,
Yes.
and all that. But as a parent, there are things you leave behind. They hold on to it.
Yes.
I'm sure most of us want our kids to look after us when we are old.
Good. Well said.
So if you don't start doing that, if you don't start teaching them how to take care of themselves and the people around them, how do you expect them to do that when you need them most? If you didn't give it to them, what are you expecting in return?
Yes.
Which is why I am saying it. Despite our busy schedules, right, we should have time for the kids.
Yes.
Have time for the family. I keep telling my husband, there is anything at all that matters most to me, it is my family. I don't joke with it.
Okay. That's good.
I don't joke with it. I can go any length just to keep my family going. I know I am not there yet. But I believe the future holds more. The future is bright.
Yes.
The future is bright. And I know I will get there.
Sure.
I will give them that training, which at the end of the day, wherever I am, I'll be very proud of myself.
Sure.
Because I want to be that proud mother. I want to be that person that, when they see the children, they will say, we would love to meet the parents.
Sure.
We want to know who their parents are.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for that. Very much.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So let's just find a way around. And so it's not. And again, I think there is something most African parents do, which is when the child makes a mistake, you hit the child, thinking you're trying to correct the child.
Yeah.
My dear, that's not correction. Because it will get to a point where the child will just tell his or herself, it's all about beating now. They will beat me. So what have you done in the life of that child? Nothing.
I get it. Thanks for that. Much appreciated. Thanks for that.
That's my little contribution. Although I'm not a parent yet.
No.
Aspiring.
No. This is what it is, sir. This is what it is. I told you, I don't know if you heard me when I said it. Before my wife and I had started reading books about parenting before we even gave back to any child. You understand? So I don't believe that it's when you are in war that you start learning how to shoot a gun, or when there's a battle that you start learning how to use your implements. No. You have to be intentional to start preparing for these things ahead of time. So even if you are not yet there, if you prepare for it and when it comes, it's going to be, you are not taken by accident. You are not under the shock. And remember what I shared earlier. There's educational, you invest in parenting as children, toddlers, and young children. You keep investing. When they become teenagers, you keep investing. When they become young adults, is a continuous progress stage. It's not, you don't arrive at a destination. Even when they get married, there's also the parenting of when they get married, so that you don't be the clog in the wheel of the marriage and destroy the home. So it's a lifelong process. And thanks for the contribution and things you shared. They're very much appreciated. And I'll just share some of these last few bits as we round up, as we end this line. One of the things that God said is not good, when you look at the Bible in Genesis chapter 2, I think he said it's not good for a man to be alone. It's not good for a man to be alone. It's not good for a man to be alone. In other words, loneliness is not good. Loneliness is not good. When you remember what we discussed earlier today, children are a heritage. That's what the Bible talks. So when you give birth to children, they will be there for you. It helps to fulfill that. They create a family bond. Family is everything. They create a bond that makes you not lonely. And if you take care of them, they'll reciprocate, just like Jackie J said, they'll reciprocate. Now, today, in Western world, with all due respect to them, we have a lot of homes, nursing homes with parents left there, and sometimes the children have time to go, sometimes they don't have time to go and take care of them. In some part of the world, maybe here in Nigeria or any other place, that some people don't take care of their parents, some people don't even call to check on them, some people don't send anything. It's important that you invest into your children, not necessarily so they can reciprocate, but they will naturally reciprocate because they will always they will only do the things they've learned from you. I also want to share, if peradventure your parents have offended you, I beg you in the name of God, in the name of Jesus Christ, please forgive them. Don't transfer the hatred of what your parents did to you to your children. Don't parent your children the way your parents, based on the anger that you have from how your parents related with you. Please, I beg you. Don't transfer it. Don't become, I don't know. We don't have enough time to dwell into that. It's very important. And I always say to people, not everybody looks forward to Christmas. Not everybody looks forward to Christmas. Not everybody looks forward to, there are people that never get no present, never get, nobody tell them Merry Christmas, nothing. Guys, nothing. For either one reason or the other, they've fallen out to their children or fallen out to their parents or fallen out to one thing or another. Guys, where possible, let's try to mend things up. Let's try to sort things out. I was watching a video of a guy in Russia or somewhere looking for his father. And I don't know who his father was. It's quite hurtful. Somebody recorded him and he was saying, wherever his father is, please look at me, see me now, look at my name, what have you. It's quite hurtful that a child will grow up not knowing who his father is. For some reason, between the father and the mother, I don't know what happened, but child has grown up. It gets to a point when the child grows up, and once we get ridiculed, oh, you don't have a father, but the dad is somewhere for one reason or the other. Please, never be an upset father, never be an upset mother. Try your best. I know it's not easy sometimes. Do the best you can. So, children are heritage. We discussed that we talked about it. There's a book called Outliers, and they talked about the importance of a community and how it increases life expectancy, like increases people's life. So the more we have a family bond, the more we have a family life, the more our life expectancy. The more there's hope, the more there's joy. Guys, remember, family is everything. It's everything. It's what we're all about. So let's not just be all about giving back to children, but let's also be mindful that with intentionality, we need to train them up. So remember, guys, discipline, consistency in discipline, consistency in discipline. It's not like children will always push you, especially teenagers. I'm a youth worker, so I work with teenagers. They'll push you. If you're not intentional in your discipline or what you're your spouse or not, they'll push you and they'll take advantage of your weakness and they'll do the best. But if you're a parent that have invested in yourself, you can be able to face those, parent them in the right way. So guys, it was lovely hearing from each of you, and I hope that we'll let the team know too. And thanks to everyone that joined this live and everyone that contributed in the chat. Thank you. So I encourage you guys, please share this live. Some people might still learn a thing or two from it. And lovely. Thank you for joining. I just want to acknowledge those that joined: Bastilo, Daniel Onya, Henry, Dozier, Jackie J, Gatesman, Mrs. Joy Osai, as many of you that joined. If for doing, as many of you that joined. Sorry guys, our time is fast spent. Please, thank you for joining. Family, if this is blessing you, guys, if it's blessing you, please follow this page, hit the follow button so you don't miss on my next live. And also send us a DM so we can send you a link to the community. We have a community where they are like minds like you. So remember when we discussed about parenting, it's not just about bringing children to birth, not about bringing a child into the world. It's about raising them with intention, love, and responsibility. So type in the comment section your takeaways, the things that you have learned today. Type in the comment section your takeaways, please. And feel free to share this live so that other people can learn and share the things that you've learned, please, a thing or two. So thank you once more, guys, for joining. I really appreciate everyone for joining. Thank you. I want to say thank you to my wife and my family, while taking care of children while I'm out and about doing a business or two. Thank you to my team. Thank you, social media manager Promise. Thank you to Venus. This is executive assistant. Thank you to all friends and to everyone that joined. Thank you, Jackie J. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Claude, John Claude, for joining and commenting, and everyone that has typed in the chat button. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, please follow this page, share it so others can join. Remember what I said. Please let us know your takeaways, what you've learned from today. So next Sunday we meet here 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, and next Sunday we're going to discuss integrity, the open source. Integrity, the open source. Please feel free to join and share this to other people. Remember what I said. If you guys want an ebook or a roadmap to, please send a DM saying roadmap. I will send that ebook to you. If you want to have a consultation meeting, 10 minutes consultation with me, please send a DM and we can have a chat. If you need to discuss a thing or two about your business and what have you. So to join our community, let us know, send us a DM and we can take it up from there. Guys, remember, I always say this. The wise always invest. The wise always invest. Invest in your parenting skills. Invest in your parenting skills. And you can never go wrong. Thank you for always joining and thank you for supporting this live. I'll see you guys next Sunday, same time. God bless you all. And whatever you do, stay wise and keep investing. God bless you all. Bye. All right.